everybody, welcome to a special episode of Smiling Wellness Kitchen. Here's a little song for you. Happy in the kitchen with Seri. Happy in the kitchen, don't you know? Happy in the kitchen with Seri. That's me. For a kitchen tour show. Yay, hurrah! Let's come into the kitchen. All right. Welcome. Through the curtain we go. Exciting. Honestly, I had a fantasy about what my kitchen was going to look like in my mid-20s. And I think I finally got there. It only took me a couple of decades. So let's take a tour. And I'm just going to show you what's in my kitchen because I think it's interesting and you might too. It's fun. Little behind the scenes. So I like to have a lot of things in my pantry. This is one area of my pantry. Clearly gobs of spices because they're good for everything. I mean, it runs the gamut. You know what spices are. I've got some vanilla and organic cinnamon and oregano and sage and all that stuff. And here's a fun little thing with spices that you might like to see. I use the fresh ones and then I put them in chip clips and then they dry out that way. Isn't that awesome? I love that. Got some specialty like vinegars and an oil up here and then all the baking stuff. And then up on this shelf, on the top, I've got some cereals, which are yummy, some pastas, crackers, because we like soup and crunchy things, so does Killian. And just a few canned goods. I'm not stocked up that much right now. And I've got some noodles, and these are my smoothie mixes and the yummy things there. And then I like the small little applesauce things so I can use them for cooking instead of using oil, because I like that. So that's one area of the pantry. Now, I like a lot of variety. Oh, hey, come in this way. This is my favorite thing ever because truly, the kitchen is my happy place. My lovely husband behind the scenes here would have to agree that I'm in the kitchen, I'm happy. Is that right, darling?
Mm-hmm. And she makes yummy food.
Yes, and I make him yummy food. So, I mean, I really can just spend hours and hours in the kitchen. And so I want to share that with you. So this is the other part of the pantry. We recently had this thing put in, so it's a little bit weird back here. But in here, and lovely husband's going to do a little close-up, I've got some flours there. I've got wheat flour, rye flour, almond meal flour, buckwheat, and then I've got regular oats and some steel-cut oats.
Flour power.
Flour power. Yes, and some people don't eat flowers, and that's fine too. I just happen to be okay with having a lot of variety in here.
Some people eat weeds, not just flowers.
That's so true. And even some flowers are edible, right? But the other flowers, Flowers, in case somebody missed the spelling on that. And then on the second shelf here, I've got some couscous, some red lentils, and black beans and chickpeas. We eat a lot of legumes here. I've decided like a long time ago, like 2012, that I wanted to move in the direction of being plant-based. So I do eat a lot of legumes, and once we get to the refrigerator, you're not going to see a lot of things, and that might be interesting for you. So, or it might not, and that's cool too. Then I've got lots of rices in here, brown rice, red rice, wild rice, and some sushi rice, because that's always fun to have variety, right? And quinoa. And then on the bottom shelf, I've got a couple of sugars back there. I don't honestly use a lot of sugar in my life because it makes my shoulders so tight and it makes me cranky and foggy. But I keep them there because sometimes I make special treats. And my husband is nodding with agreement. Yep. And then what else do I have down there? Some popcorn and then some yummy pastas. So yay, let's go to the fridge. Woohoo! We're gonna do the freezer first because it's lovely and organized. I did organize a little bit for you. So on the top shelf, I've got some frozen bananas and a whole bunch of other frozen fruit, cherries and strawberries and blueberries. Oh my! And then I've got some spinach and this is the vegetable section. And then I've got some chicken patties, pretend chicken, and they're really yummy. We like these with some tomatoes and avocado, and then some chana masala and a few other things, and then some yummy breads. I prefer the Ezekiel bread, and I do have a pie crust because we're coming on Christmas, and my husband's gonna want an apple pie. Isn't that right? Woohoo! Okay, and then let's see. I've got some leftover tofu that's in here. Did you know that you can freeze tofu? I had no idea, but it's really actually pretty good. And then I got some rhubarb left over, some pita pockets, and tortilla. This is exciting. Let's have a close-up on this. This is just yummy dark chocolate because sometimes I just want something a little sweet. And I prepped them already. And yes, my lovely cameraman is going to have a little treat. And then I got some veggie burgers. And then these are for my little lunch packet so I can keep things cold. Because I do like to bring my food with me. So we're going to switch places now. And let's close up on this because this is fun. This is my favorite picture. I know you're just so curious what this lovely cameraman looks like. He's got a big old beard right now, but that picture makes me very, very happy. All right, let's go into the refrigerator. Sometimes there's some suction that happens there. Let's start on the bottom. I have a lot of greens. I eat a lot of greens and they're super yummy. Spinach and arugula and mixed greens. I've got some broccoli that's in there. My mom taught me that if you wrap some things up in towels, it helps the moisture. I've got gobs of Brussels sprouts and romaine lettuce. I've got some kale that's in here. This is a really yummy kale. This is like the purpley, yummy, delicious kind. And I like to saute that up, and some cabbage there. Oops, snap, snap, snap. And then this is my favorite thing. I think I've had pictures before, anybody that follows me on social media. This is the best way to keep half-used vegetables. You put a nice towel in the bottom, and all these things are just half-used. And if I put them in a bag, I'd forget about them, and they just live there for wonderful dishes to come. And then the carrots, because I love the carrots. They get their own special hideaway place. This is our little middle drawer we've got here. I've got a pizza crust for a future thing, some avocados, dates. These are from the freezer, remember? I don't put too many in here because I don't use them all that often, but I don't want them to go bad. There's some leftover pizza back there. We have a neighborhood pizzeria that's very fancy, and it's one of Paul's favorite things. Although, right, it is, you do like my pizzas too, right?
Serious pizzas are better.
Yeah, my pizzas are better because they're made with love, special ingredient. Got some pasta sauce. Paul eats eggs, and that's yummy. I've got some, what are those called? Pickles. And these are my leftovers. My husband got me some lovely Tupperware, and maybe that wouldn't be a great gift for anybody else, but I love these Tupperwares so much because I can see through them and what's in there, and it's just nice to know. And in the back there, I've got some hummus, salsa, some cheese that's in the back there. It's a pretend cheese. It's a great brand called Follow Your Heart, and it actually melts pretty good, but not everybody is plant-based, and that's awesome because cheese is yummy, right? Oh, and then on the top, these are all the nuts. I learned somewhere along the way to keep them in the refrigerator.
Except for the one behind the camera.
Yes, absolutely. He's the biggest nut of them all. I've got almonds and walnuts and pecans and sunflower seeds and more almonds. And then these are my favorite shakers. Hemp seeds and flaxseed and chia seeds. Yum, yum, yum-alicious. Woohoo. And then we are on the condiments. And the last thing here, I got some tofu and some earth balance. I got a little coconut oil there. And then just, condiment land. This is my favorite creamer in the world for coffee, nut pods. Yum, yum, yummy. Peanut butter and, condiments. I got some broth because I like to use broth sometimes instead of oil for cooking. And coconut aminos. This is great because it's on Paul's pancakes. He loves those. And sauerkraut, Paul thinks that's disgusting, but it's always, yeah, it makes him not very happy. But, it's got the good stuff to, help your gut. I really just wanted to give you a tour of my kitchen in case you were curious. You may or may not have seen the fruit that's up here as well. We always have plenty of fruits and vegetables, and I cook at home a lot. This is just part of my thing that I really, really like to do in life, and it's my happy place, and it maybe is your happy place too. So thanks for touring with me, and thanks for sharing this time with me and learning about what's in the kitchen, or maybe you just wanted to spend some time with Seri and her husband and Soul Smiley. Woohoo! All right, everybody, Killian and I and my lovely husband say goodbye.